What's going on YouTube? What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jadon and I'm back for another video. I know you guys haven't seen me in about 9 months, right? But I'm back now. I'm going to be on here very more consistent. And I'm going to be posting a lot more content, a lot more videos, really just giving you guys some education, giving you guys some value, giving you guys something you can actually use and apply within your investing world, investing journey, whatever the case may be. Right? So when it comes down to what I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to be talking about trends. Now, trend is very important when it comes down to making money in the markets. So whether that be the stock market, whether that be the crypto market, whether it be exchange markets, it's very important to identify a trend. Now, a trend is simply an overall direction in which the market is moving. So if the market is moving up, that means that you are now in a bullish trend, also known as a buyer's trend, also known as an uptrend. Now, vice versa. If the market is moving down, we're in what is called a bearish trend, what's also known as a seller's trend, but also known as a downtrend. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually give you guys a live example of what the trend is, how to identify a trend, how to identify certain points within the trend, right? Because once you understand these certain points within a trend, you're able to capitalize the best points to sell and the best points to buy, right? So as you can see right here, right, we're going to start off on the left side of the screen at a low point. So at the beginning of a bullish trend, always starts at a low point. So as you can see right here, it starts at a low point and it has to come up and create a high. Now, when it creates this high, the market has to retrace, right? Because what goes up must come back down. So as you can see right here, it created a high, but now it retraced down and created a higher low. Now, being that we call it higher low, call it higher low because this low right here is higher than this previous low. That's why it's called a higher low. Now, when the market continues in its uptrend, it's going to create a higher high. Now, this higher high is called a higher high because it is higher than the previous high. Now, again, the market has to retrace. What goes up must come down. So when the market retraces, it creates another higher low, right? Higher low. This low is higher than the previous low. Simple. This is easy stuff now. This is not hard. It's not complicated. I'm really going to make it make sense for a lot of people so you can really understand how to manipulate the markets, how to capitalize off the markets each and every single day. Now it's going to create another high after it creates that low. Right, so as you can see right here, this creates a high. Now this is a pivotal high point because now it's about to go into a bearish trend. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to split this screen right here so you guys can really get a clear representation of what you're looking at and really just explain that this is right here. This is called a bullish trend actually, sorry. This is called a bullish trend, also known as an uptrend, also known as a buyer's trend. When the market creates a low, then a high, then a higher low, higher high, higher low, high, that is now called a bullish trend. Now vice versa. When the market now creates a pivotal high, it will now create a low. Right? When it creates this low, it's going to come down, and what goes down must go back up. Right? What goes up must come back down. So now it's going to create a lower high. Right? Being that it's a lower high because this previous high is lower than this previous high. Right? So this current high right here is lower than this previous high. That's why it's called a lower high. Now the market will continue to go down, continue to shoot down, and create a lower low. Now this is called a lower low because this lower low is simply lower than the previous low. Right? So now the market will continue to create another high. This lower high is called a lower high because it is lower than the previous high. And it will create another low. Now it's very important, and now this is actually called a bearish trend, also known as a downtrend, also known as a seller's trend, right? So it's simple. It's not hard at all. I hope you guys got some value, but I want you guys to continue to practice and identify these trends, right? Continue to practice and identify these points because once you can do that, you can do now what's called trading with the trend, right? Because there's a saying that we say all the time, the trend is your friend. So continue to practice this strategy, continue to practice this method of identifying the trend, right? And if you want more information, you can join my Telegram chat right there in the bio, right? I put it right in the bio. You can actually join that free Telegram chat. I'm gonna give you some information, give you some tips, show you guys some profits, show you guys really success stories and how you guys can actually learn more about uptrend, downtrend, and actually learn how to trade, right? So let's go. I appreciate everybody for sticking and watching to this video. The next video, I'm going to be explaining support and resistance, right? Because within trend lines, uptrends and downtrends, there's always support and resistance. So the next video, so you gotta stay tuned, put my post notifications on, subscribe and comment. I'm going to be going over support and resistance. So I appreciate everybody. Let's get it. Let's go.